year in Cache Valley and throughout the Intermountain West, we have soil conditions that are very, I would say, prone to iron chlorosis or iron deficiency, and we see it sometimes earlier than others. This year we're starting to see it really early because our season started a little bit earlier. So this is what a healthy leaf looks like. So that's a nice healthy leaf off of a cherry tree, and here is an iron deficient leaf off of a maple tree. You can see the difference. See the dark green veins that are showing up through the leaf structure. You can see those dark green veins. I mean, the leaf should be dark green like the cherry tree right next to it, but it's not. Maples tend to be a little susceptible to iron deficiency. So it happens in maples, it happens in oaks, we see it in burning bush, we see it in a lot of different plants, and some are just more susceptible to it than others. But the iron chlorosis shows up on the newest growth first. So when they're iron deficient, the newest growth that has just come out is going to be where it shows up first. So that's where it's going to be indicated first on the plant. The older growth is gradually, the chlorosis is going to gradually move into that older growth. So you'll see it eventually spread throughout the entire tree. But to start off with, it shows up in that newest growth first. And there's a couple different ways we can try and correct iron deficiency or a nutrient deficiency inside plants, and we can try and prevent it as well too. So if you have trees that are kind of susceptible to it, like silver maples, almost always every year we'll get that way. Autumn blaze maples. This is a flame amber maple. A lot of these trees that are very susceptible to that iron chlorosis, we can try and prevent it in advance. So there's slow acting type products like iron sulfate. So the iron sulfate is iron and sulfur. Sulfur brings the soil pH down, and by bringing that high alkaline soils, like the high alkaline soils that we have, by using sulfur to bring that down, it will free up some of the iron, make that available to the plants. But this is very slow. It takes sometimes up to 6 months for it to break down and be available for the plants to pick up. So in many cases, we don't recommend the iron sulfate a lot, because if your soil pH is really high, it'll tie it up. It will bind up that iron, make it so it's unavailable to the plants, and they can't pick it up. So usually we'll move to a product like chelated iron, like a EDDHA iron, like this one, and it's a powder, and it's red, looks kind of like blood when you mix it up in water, and this will work no matter what your soil pH is. So if your soil pH is around 7.5 or 8, which is not uncommon for our area, this will work no matter what your soil pH is. It'll work above 7, where a product like the iron sulfate that I just showed you isn't going to work at 7.5 or 8. In fact, it's got to be much lower pH for that to work. So the chelated iron, let's say you have a maple tree, you'd use 1 ounce of this per inch of trunk diameter. So for every inch of diameter on the chelated iron, say your tree's a 6-inch diameter, you're going to use 6 ounces. Put that in a 5-gallon bucket, mix it up with water the tree with the entire amount. You can also put that same amount on the ground around the tree in the dry form and then water it afterwards. So a chelated iron has been pre-digested for the plants, and they will be able to pick up that iron and utilize it without being affected by the soil pH. So that's going to work no matter what the soil is like. This is a local product. It's made by Bicor for Monterey here in Cache Valley. And the Iron Combo Chelate not only has the chelated iron like the EDDHA, but it has other micronutrients as well. So it's got manganese and magnesium and boron and copper. It's got a lot of other micronutrients in there as well to help with iron chlorosis and other micronutrient problems. And it has a little bit of nitrogen in there to really green the trees up as well too. So this comes in a liquid form. It's easy to apply as a spray, but you can also mix it up in water and then water your trees with it as well too. And it's going to do a great job. Locally made product. Love the Combo Chelate. It's really good for roses. It's good for smaller shrubs, and it's going to green those up in a short amount of time. So we'll do it very quickly, where the iron sulfate takes sometimes 6 months, and the chelated iron iron more for larger trees, especially ones that are really struggling with iron chlorosis. This works when nothing else works. So we've got some great options here at Anderson Seed and Garden to help with iron chlorosis. So when your trees or shrubs or flowers start looking like this instead of like this, then you know it's an iron problem, and we're going to have to use a chelated iron of some sort to try and correct that deficiency. So we've got what you need here at Anderson's to help with iron problems and to keep your plants as healthy as possible.